Good evening.
Thank
Thank you.
thank you for agreeing to talk to me about the situation in Ukraine. Could you briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so hi everyone. At first, I'm sorry for my sometimes bad English. My name is Ruslan. I'm from Ukraine, from the Chernigiv region. It's north of Ukraine. I'm a student of second year of university, Nizhny Novgorod State University. I'm have one degree. It's international relations, and second, I'm taking like law science.
Okay, great. So, and you've also told me that you are a reservist in the army, right?
Yeah, but it's like in future. It's in my plans.
It's in your plans. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with a very broad question. Why did Russia invade Ukraine?
Oh, yeah, it's really general question.
Mhm.
So to start about currently full-scale invasion, or you want more deeply from the 2014?
More deeply.
More deeply. Okay. So actually, we need to take even more deeply uh, right after collapse of Soviet Union. Yeah. As I think many knows that Soviet Union was collapsed, and was 15 countries after this.
Mhm.
Ukraine and Russia was one of them. And after collapse, there was negotiations about the border, about creation of new states. So there was a Russian Federation, Republic of Belarus, and Ukraine. Um, Actually, it was something new in international relations when it was without conflicts, without wars, without some blood. There was created a new states in Europe that was really rare. And right after this, all countries will go on their ways. Ukraine was on the way more like at first it was connected with Russia, of course, a lot of economical aspects, informational, culture aspects was connected with Russians and Russia, because many people from the Soviet Union was from the many points. For example, from the Ukraine, there is have a lot of people have relatives from the Russia. Russia have many relatives in Ukraine. We looking one one films, one series, listen one music. So of
Okay.
course culture aspects was pretty hard. Um, but of course from the all started, it started also a problems. At first problems was of the border, and most can I say like hot question was Crimea. Uh, if we're talking about the people of Crimea, there was many Russians, like ethnical Russians, who say that we are Russian speakers, and all like this. Also, there was an Ukrainian and Crimean Tatars, and this territory was actually really discussed. Who is this must be part, Russian or Ukraine? Um, Actually, by the referendum of about the independence of Ukraine. Uh, Most Crimea says that Ukraine must be independent and we must be in Ukraine. But of course, all these discussions, all this, how I can say, like shadow conflicts, uh, was pretty long. For example, in Crimea was a lot of political parties, political movements who supporting that Crimea must be part of the Russia. A lot of them now it's understandable by the news and some uh, how can say in English, I'm sorry, investigations, like some organization who investigate this, they say that yeah, this party was like under control of Federal Security Service of Russia,
Mhm.
and there was a lot of people who manage these movements. Uh, And of course, another one of the biggest question was Navy. Navy, what after Soviet Union? Uh, Actually, this question was hot because there is really a lot of navy. That was most powerful navy forces in Black Sea,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, what it wants to be Russia for Russian armed forces or Ukrainian armed forces. Actually, that question was on the negotiations between at those time it was Yanukovych, not at 19th. As I remember, 2008 there was negotiations. It's called like Kharkiv agreements, like this, as I remember. And was like a part, as I remember, only 20% of this navy was given Ukraine.
Okay.
All other was Russia, and Russia, even by this agreement, they can have like a base, military base, navy base, and like this. Of course, that was a geopolitical mistake. It's my opinion as a student of international relations, to my opinion. And all these ethnical problems.
Okay, can I interrupt? Like, why do you say it was a mistake? What would have been better at that moment?
Of course, more better was just not be agreement, not have agreement with Russia about this. Military base in Crimea, it was like bomb, what timeline bomb.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, you have just a military base of some country that you think it's ally for you, but is it real ally? Even after Tuzla incident. Um, Many people don't know, but when our president was Kuchma, Leonid Kuchma, there was incident or Tuzla incident. Tuzla it's really little island between Crimea and Russia. By the documents, by the international law, it's Ukrainian territory, but at those times, Russia started build it's like this island, no, not like native island, but trying to build like road to
Okay.
this island. Of course, there was a really emergency situation. Even president of Ukraine came on this island to understand what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And there is actually Russia not take a part for this, so they're not invaded. But if I think if it would be possible, and Ukraine just take off this island, and it island became under Russian control, I think invading to our country was really early than now. That
Okay.
was in 2014. So Russia was, this neighbor who is actually trying to be your friend, like showing that
Mm-hmm.
we're your friend, so no problem. Even if you will have some problems, we will defend you. But actually, they have their games, and actually, I'm a lot of working with hybrid conflicts, trying to research all of this, and I understand that Russia just one of the first countries who used this hybrid technology of hybrid wars.